Good morning and welcome to Going for Two live show, Sunday morning show, start sit questions. Please make sure you're asking them. Jamie, hit our intro. Good morning. My name is Topher Kurt, but you can call me Topher, and I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Jamie Perog. Jamie, how are you doing this morning?
I'm a little hungover, but I'm going to push through it. We got this, guys.
Yeah. Sounds like just the typical Browns fan experience, to be honest with you. Yeah. Okay, so this morning, make sure that you are asking us your start sit questions. We want to help you out. Is there anything that you have to start us off, Jamie, that can help us or the people out? Or yourself?
I got a few. We'll save for later. We got a question in the chat already. Couple questions.
There we go. Fantastic. Why did it didn't show up for me? Okay. Well, here we go. I got it now. My tab just wasn't showing up for chat. Okay, here we go. Need two. Full point PPR, Vidal, Henderson, Monty. What are your thoughts, Jamie?
I'm going to go Monty 1, just because I think there's going to be a lot of scoring in that game. And if they get ahead, they could just keep running Monty. So he's definitely 1, and I'm going to go Vidal. I just don't want to start Henderson this week unless I have to.
I'm with you on Monty, but I think Vidal has been so inconsistent lately. He's either getting 100 rushing yards or 30 or less. And Henderson over his last 2 games has had 75 and 55 without Ramondre. And he'll be without Ramondre again. And I think that Henderson is going to do that. And plus, they're playing Tampa Bay. I expect them to win this game. I don't know if I expect the Chargers to beat Pittsburgh, because of that pass rush.
So you're going to go Monty, Henderson. I got them all 18, 19, 20, back to back to back. So I can see either way. I can get on the Henderson train.
It's not my favorite trade. I've wanted it to be my favorite train all season, but it's definitely not. So, yeah, that's where I'm going, Jared. Both of us are thinking Monty, Vidal, Henderson, either or. I lean Henderson because he's going to give you a little bit higher floor. I think Vidal will definitely give you the higher ceiling. So go with what you think you need for your league. Here we go. Courtney, thank you for asking, coming in. What's up? Start 2 out of 5 of these. Monungai or Moaning Guy, Tracy, Walker, White, Henderson. We talked about
White has to be the number 1, right?
No, actually, I was going to say that, but on my Wednesday show, my co-host brought up that the New England Patriots just stifle the running back position.
Even pass catchers?
That's correct. That's where they get some more, but they have literally only given up 3 touchdowns the entire season, rushing and receiving, to the running back. They haven't given up a single touchdown since their last touchdown was in week 3 to Kenny Gainwell. And they have not allowed a single 50-yard rusher all season. They've allowed 2 50-yard receiving backs this year, which are Devon Achane and Bijan Robinson. But there's literally been 2 running backs that exceed 80 yards total on the season against them. And they don't give up rushing touchdowns. So while I would love to say Rachaad White, it's not the answer. I'm going Walker. He's getting consistently at least 10 touches a game. And I don't think Arizona's running defense is that staunch that you're going to have to worry about that. And then, either Tracy or Henderson. What are your thoughts?
I'm still going to go White just because of that passing opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And is it crazy that I want to start Moaning Guy just because it's going to be windy in that Chicago? And Swift, I know, is going to play, but how much are they going to limit him? And they say they're going to go with the hot hand. And after last week, I think Moaning Guy has that hot hand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after last week for sure. But then if you look at Swift the weeks before, it definitely there's a lot of it could be up in the air. That's my thought.
Yeah.
This is a tough question, Courtney. It really is. So thank you for bringing it. We don't know. Is there any of for me? I'm sitting White for sure.
Oh man!
And I know that's for you.
That's my start. So
and then I think I might sit Tracy as well. Let me.
Yeah, Tracy is a sit for me.
Yeah, Tracy hasn't had over 50 rushing yards this season. His highest combined on the season looks like it was 53. Yeah, so I'm not starting him. Nope. I think Devin Singletary is that running back one there.
Like if it was my team, I would go Walker and White. Gun to my head.
Yeah, I'd go Walker and Henderson or Walker and Moaning Guy. I understand what you're saying. I think Moaning Guy has a chance to break a big one out or two. That's my thought. Okay. Here we go. Zach. There we go. Zach. He's coming back because we are doing things right, or because here's why we know, because Zach always holds us accountable and he will tell us, hey, you guys screwed me over. So we appreciate that we have not screwed you over. Okay. I will take all the credit. I'll take all the credit for that, Zach. And then when we screw you over, Jamie will take all the credit.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I just think fantasy receipts is a good thing. You got to be held accountable.
Oh, absolutely. 127%. I'm with you.
All right. What's the question here?
Okay. So the question is pick one. Bam. Knight, J-Mo, Bill Clinton, Krosky, Merritt, Alexander McQueen III, or Jacoby Myers. I don't like any of these. I'm scared about Jacoby Myers. It makes me nervous.
Yeah, going to another team mid-season doesn't usually work out right away for those receivers.
But it also is Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter are out.
Yeah, that is true.
Pick one. I don't trust J-Mo. I don't trust him this year. Honestly, I want to see how Seahawks have been against the run. Because that's going to be my...
I don't think you can't start Bam after last week.
Yeah, that's very true.
Mr. Bill, like how much upside does that guy really bring to the table? That's the thing. Like I have him outside my top 35 running backs.
So last week he against the Seattle defense, and I'm looking at that for the sake of Bam. He had 12 rushes for 38 yards, 1 reception for 3 yards, while his teammate Chris Rodriguez had 12 attempts for 65 yards and a touchdown. I mean, I'm going Myers here, maybe JMO. And I am not a JMO guy, but I don't think that there's an upside for Bill Clinton, Krosky Merritt. And this is tough. This is really tough, Zach. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to go Jameson Williams getting 15% targets, a lot of deep balls too. He just needs to catch them. That's the problem. And I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. So give 7 touchdowns to the Lions. I can see Jameson catch one of them.
Yeah, I would agree. He has the highest touchdown odds out of all of this. Yeah, I'm with you there. Okay.
So I'm going to go JMO on that. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Zach. Sorry that you're in this position. Ryan, good morning. Likely or Schultz standard?
Standard, non-PPR. Oh, that's tough. I got to do some math in my head because I don't do standard.
I don't do math, so. As a choir director, I wave my arms, count to 4, and hope for the best. Okay. Just literally based off of targets right now. Opportunity is how part of this is going to happen. Dalton Schultz, since week 3, has had 5 out of 6 weeks with 6 or more targets. Isaiah Likely has had 4, 2, 2, and 1 targets this entire season. Obviously, Isaiah Likely is very talented. But I don't know. I'm going, and I know there have been some injuries with the Texans, but Dalton Schultz is giving you a much better baseline than Isaiah Likely. Dalton Schultz will probably not find the end zone. Isaiah Likely hasn't found the end zone this season. I think always has a higher rate of it because the Baltimore Ravens have thrown 15 touchdowns this season. Well, Lamar Jackson has thrown 15 touchdowns this season. And 4 of them have gone to Andrews. Every other player on the team has either 2 or 1. So Lamar Jackson doesn't care who's catching the touchdown as long as that person's open.
Yeah, I'd go Schultz. Davis Mills hasn't played much, and he'll probably rely on the tight end a little bit more. And I don't think he gets a touchdown either, just because Davis Mills probably won't get a touchdown. But the Texans, they do have the worst rushing grade on that goal line. They have 0 rushing touchdowns from the goal line. So if they are going to get one, it's either going to be Nico or Schultz.
Or Hutchinson, because Hutchinson always comes away with a touchdown like every other week.
Yeah, I have to start him in one league. So.
Yeah. I put some money on him to get 15 yards because every week he's getting it's a part of a big old prop bet. And I was like, what can I do to just up this a little bit? Okay. So I'm going Schultz. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay. And we've got questions galore. I am loving this. Okay, Ryan. Also, Keenan Allen or Jordan Addison. Standard. Keenan Allen if you want to play safe. Addison if you want to play ballsy. Because I love Addison. I don't love J.J. McCarthy right now. But Addison is definitely a top 20 talent in the NFL.
Yeah, I got Keenan Allen a little bit higher. Wide receiver 25. And Addison at 30. So let's go Keenan Allen.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was almost late to the show because I went to McDonald's at 8:15. That's 3 blocks from my house, and they didn't give me my food until 10:28. So I sped home, and I'm trying to eat a little something. Otherwise, my ADHD will yell at me and hit me like a truck. Yes, food does affect ADHD. I have Jordan Addison at 16 and Keenan Allen at 20. So, yeah, I'm there. Boom. Topher, how are you feeling about your challenge team in the Guillotine League this week? Okay, I'm going to talk everybody through it because I have it pulled up with anticipation of this question. My starting roster right now is Jackson Dart, Jahmyr Gibbs, Rico Dowdle, Zay Flowers, Cortland Sutton, who already played. That was Juwan Johnson, Romeo Dobbs, and Jordan Addison. Let's ask a couple questions. Jamie, do you play Jackson Dart or Jared Goff?
I'm going Dart.
Same here. Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah, I got Dart top 5 this week.
If Teteroa McMillan is healthy, do you take out Romeo Dobbs or Jordan Addison?
No, I'm still going Romeo Dobbs, definitely.
Yep. Do I take out Romeo or Jordan Addison for Kyle Monangai?
Still, no.
Okay. That's what I thought too. And I've got Higgins and Hunt on bye and Booty out.
Yep.
Booty. Okay. Rob, holy cow. Rob, I don't know if you know this, but your username is very professional and even shows off where we used to work together. Because Rob was a elementary, he is the elementary music teacher at my previous job. And he and I were co-coaches for swimming, and he's a Broncos fan. So he has anxiety until the last second of every single game each week. I love it. Pick 2, Kincaid, Kittle, Loveland. For me, this is easy. This is easy.
Yeah.
Who are you sitting?
I'm sitting Loveland. I have Kittle at 2 and Kincaid at 4. Both really high in my rankings.
Okay. So Kincaid goes off every other week. He has a very strict pattern of going off every other week. And this is his off week, in my opinion. It's just how the pattern goes. Just look at his stats.
I'm looking. It's crazy. Yeah.
It is. It is literally every other week. Colson Loveland is breaking out. I'm going Kittle. I have Kittle at 7 because he hasn't proven enough yet. Like, I love Kittle. We'll go to my grave loving Kittle. But this week, I'm still hesitant with him and Mac Jones's connection. I have Kincaid at 8, Colson Loveland at 5. I think Colson Loveland is going to have his big breakout game this week. So
we're not on the same page, man, at all.
No, but Rob, I'm cuter and you like me more. So you're going to go with me. And then if I'm wrong, you can just say that you can blame Jamie. No. Then it's totally my fault. Boom. Hey, Rob, I'm going to text you also this week because I've got a doctor's appointment in Wichita next week, and I'm going to come stay the night at your house again beforehand. Okay. Boom. Ryan, thank you for being here. Hey, you're a frequent flyer, and we appreciate that. Kenneth Walker or Aaron Jones? This to me is kind of easy.
This is hard for me.
Oh, really?
I got them back to back at 24, 25. So let's hear what you got to say.
Aaron Jones, I think it's easily Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones versus how Jordan Mason is playing. Aaron Jones is the clear preferred running back. I think that when the game is going well, he comes away as a top 15, 20 running back each week. Kenneth Walker is much more volatile, and he can be, over the last 5 weeks, according to Fantasy Pros half-point PPR standings, he's been 26, 26, 42, 28, 28. Those are his running back rankings. Aaron Jones has much he has like 50 and then 15 and 18 and 40. So it just is dependent on game script, but also he's catching balls. I'm like an Aaron Jones.
So, yeah, that's where I'm going into game script in my head, and they are going to probably be playing from behind. Baltimore is going to be leading. They are going to need to throw the ball. And who's in there on like 2-minute drives and pass catching downs? It's Aaron Jones.
Yes.
So I can get down with that.
Boom. Awesome. And what up, Drop the Mic? Thank you for being a weekly listener, watcher. We really appreciate you. Thank you for keeping our dream of having watchers alive. If you can't tell, I also am a musical theater and bit of an actor. A little dramatic from time to time, and I love it. Marvin Harrison Jr. or Devontae Adams, leading Adams because of the red zone targets. I think that is very fair, especially because how staunch that Seattle secondary is.
Yeah, this is easy for me. I got Adams top 10. Here, I pulled this up. The Rams, they lead the NFL with 8 passing touchdowns inside the 5. I got that from Kyle's goal line guide.
Yeah.
And the Niners are allowing 80% of their goal line throws for touchdowns. And that's like tied for third in the league. And, Adams is getting a touchdown per game. So and that should tell you.
Adams has 60% of the Rams end zone targets.
Yeah.
60%. You know what? I have some students that have worse math grades than Devontae Adams's percentage in the end zone. Yeah, I'm definitely leading Adams right there. Because of exactly what you're saying.
Yep.
Exactly. Because if he didn't have that touchdown ceiling like that, pretty much scoring a touchdown every game, he's on pace to have over 1,000 yards and 17 touchdowns this season. Like, that's pretty ridiculous in a very wonderful way. So that's where I am. What are your thoughts? Wait, you just said your thoughts. Words. Yep. Sorry. I am on it today. Actually got good sleep for the first time. I worked probably 80 plus hours Monday through Saturday this week. So I was in bed for 11 hours last night, according to my CPAP, and that is wonderful. Mason Taylor or promote Parker Washington. Already have to promote McCarthy this week too.
So you'll probably have to drop someone.
If people are giving promotions out, I will take a promotion as well. But I'm.
Yeah, this is tough. I got them predicted right around the same. I think both of them could get 6, 7 targets.
Ew.
I did that just for Mike.
Oh. I hope you understand how much that hurt my heart as a middle school and a high school teacher.
Oh man. Sorry.
No, you're all good. I love it when adults do cringy child things. I do it to my kids all the time. I don't do it with the cool things. I do it with the things that were cool last year. So I'll be like, Skibbity. And they're like, oh, God, Mr. Kurt, that was so last year. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I just learned about this last week. But speaking of this, Mason Taylor. I'm going Mason Taylor. I feel like something in my gut says Mason Taylor. I know that Parker Washington is probably the wide receiver 1 in Jacksonville this week with Jacoby Myers learning things. But Parker Washington plays a really good tertiary option. And I don't think that he's going to be a good primary option. That's my thought.
Yeah, and I mean, Mason Taylor is probably going to be the number 1 receiver today because Garrett Wilson, isn't he dealing with some kind of an injury?
Yeah, but I think he's going to be playing.
Yeah, he's going to play, but like It's the Browns. I know they're a tough defense. Pretty sure so
he's expected to play. He's missed the last 2 games with a knee injury. But
I mean, either player is tough, but the fact that you have to promote Parker Washington, I would just go with Mason Taylor and hope for 6-7 points.
Kids will be like, Mr. Kurt, we don't like it when you give the eyes. I'm like, hey, I have very naturally bushy eyebrows, so it lets me do the villain stare very nicely. Boom. Damn you, Jamie. I am definitely with that. I played Beauty and the Beast I'm only going on this tangent because we don't have any questions right now. But I played Beauty and the Beast in a local production a couple years ago. And kids were like, holy cow, you were so good at like making your face look angry. It's like all I had to do was furrow my eyebrows. Like I naturally have a very like, oh, pretty chill, happy-go-lucky face. Furrow my eyebrows. Like, oh, okay, those are damn caterpillars bursting out of his face. Topher, mute him now. I mean, now, Mike
just takes me off screen.
I was gonna say, does putting him in timeout really help him in this situation? Because I think you and I both understand that's not going to help Jamie. I think really what would need to happen is we would need to take away his vape.
Yeah.
See, you can't just give out consequences willing. You just can't choose something willy-nilly. You have to get something that gets to their soul a little bit. Yeah. Like when I make my kids that if I have to give attention to kids, which is very often, very rare because I teach choir, but if they have attention with me, they have to stand still for 5 minutes like they're in a choir concert, and then they have to sing by themselves for 5 minutes while standing still, and then 5 minutes without it, and make them do something that they have to solely focus on. And I go, if you want to play this game in front of your class, we will. And they will stop every time. It's awesome. Okay, nervous about Odunze. PPR, roll with him or Shaheed. If Shaheed was on the Saints, I'd say yes. But I'm nervous. Yeah, I want Shaheed to succeed. He's already worked with whoever this OC is before. But that's why he got traded to Seattle. There's a connection there. But always that first game. I'm nervous. I'm hesitant, especially with Odunze, because Odunze could make something happen. He always has that chance. He's like a more volatile Devontae Smith, how Devonta Smith has been in the past, except Rome Odunze is more volatile because of Olamide Zaccheaus. I still think you go Odunze. I need to look at Odunze's stats. What are your thoughts, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Odunze. I got him still top 20, and with Shaheed going to a new team, I had to put him closer to like that 35-40 area. I know he was getting like over 20% of targets on his old team, but
yeah,
what is it going to look like here?
So Odunze last week only had 3 targets, and he had 2 drops last week. Otherwise, he has had 9, 11, 7, 8, 5, 6, 10 targets. So he's normally getting 5 out of those 7 games. He's had 7 targets or more. Like, that's a really good place to be. Yes, Odunze has under 6 points in the last of 3 of his 4 games. It is nerve-wracking. I don't like it. You can start Shaheed. You can start him. He might have that game where you just go, okay, Jason doesn't get 100 yards for the first time in a game for 4 games in a row because Shaheed's there and Shaheed steals some of it. He already has 44 catches, 499 yards, and 2 touchdowns throughout these games. I have a question for you, Jamie. because I've always wondered this, and we're in a real life scenario with this now. So Rashid Shaheed was traded from a team that hadn't had their bye to a team that already has their bye. Does he have to take a week out, or does he play all 18?
No, he plays all 18, right?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, but I don't remember that happening very often. So I figured I'd ask. But Shaheed, I mean, he's had at least 4 receptions in every single game he's played. Cooper Kupp, is Kupp even playing this week?
I don't think so.
Okay, and I think Horton was almost out as well. So he instantly steps in and becomes that. He's doubtful. Yeah, he's doubtful to play. Cooper Kupp still up in the air to play. And they have an afternoon game, don't they? Yes, they do. And Odunze has a noon game. I'm talking myself into Rashid Shaheed.
I'm still going Odunze. I can't sit Odunze.
I get that. I think it also depends on what do you need. Do you need a floor, or can you let Odunze have a boomer bust week? That's something that when I have tough decisions like this, I look at my opponent. Like in my main league, my biggest dynasty league that I play in this week, my opponent, if I lose to him, I will be thoroughly embarrassed. So this is when I can feel a little more like, hey, where can I maybe go for a little bit more boomer bust? So like I have Wan'Dale Robinson or Christian Watson. And right now I've got Watson starting over Robinson because Robinson gives me a better floor. But if I want to blow this guy out of the water and get more points, I'm going Watson. That's my thought. Okay, he can play all 18. This is for who I trust more going forward. Oh, God.
We got to write that note down.
That is, hold on. On this question, out of all the questions you've ever asked this is a tough-ass question. This is tough. We have track records here. And I'm the favorite. I'm always the favorite. Vegas always has me as the favorite.
So just for context, I'm checking someone. So Jeff Bell just updated his rankings 3 minutes ago.
I love Jeff.
Yeah, one of my favorites. Odunze, he has at 24, and Shaheed's at 50. So I'm higher on both players than him. But still, like I have him, Odunze at 20, and between 35 and 40 for Shaheed.
So I actually I'm looking at it right now. I have Odunze 22, Shaheed 26.
Oh man.
So you can do that, Zach. Obviously, you can say this is for all the marbles. I will trust you and respect you on that. But just know that there's a track record here. I don't know what that track record is, but I'm just saying that.
And Ryan, you are right. Giant secondary is horrible. But keep in mind, it is going to be windy. So I don't know how far, if you throw it like 15 yards down the field, it's a lot different than 6 yards.
But it's also Chicago, and the Chicago Bears have played or used to playing in the windy city. Odunze just has not done well lately. Oh, we definitely agree. Yeah. We agree with that. But Shaheed going to a new team, and plus I had this in a different league where let me find this league so that I can tell you about how I screwed myself over. Here we go. So in this league, my first 3 draft picks, this is a standard league. were Drake London, Nico Collins, AJ Brown. I was hyped going into the beginning of the season with those three. And then AJ Brown had his awful, awful start. And so I sat him in week 7 when he played Minnesota, when he had 121 yards and 2 touchdowns, because he had 4 out of his first 5 games were under 45 receiving yards. It was just like, this is going to be trash. So something like that can happen. JT just scored a big TD, longest of his career.
That's awesome. Because he was one of my touchdown bets.
There we go. I have such bad luck with touchdown bets that I don't even try it anymore.
Okay, so I have a few.
I consistently lose money on it, so I can't.
Like this week, I think Dottle is going to get a touchdown. Derrick Henry is going to get a touchdown. Who else? Plus odds, I took Diggs getting a touchdown. I took Ibuka getting a touchdown. Josh Jacobs.
83 yards. 83 yards.
That's impressive. So speaking of Josh Jacobs.
Hello.
We got the Packers fan here.
Yeah.
Go.
Absolutely.
So I was reading your goal line guide, and I actually took Josh Jacobs as one of my touchdown props because he owns all the Packers goal line carries, right? Right, Kyle?
Yes. They haven't had a single other player have a rush attempt inside the 5.
And then Philly is
Jordan Love.
Why would you?
Philly is allowing 80% of touchdown runs inside the 5.
Also correct.
So, yes.
There's only, the Falcons have allowed more or allow a higher rate. And I think, and the Jets. The Jets and Falcons both allow 83% touchdown rate inside the 5. Eagles are third highest at 80. So it's not a good run defense, especially from a short yardage standpoint and goal line standpoint. Like the other thing too is the Eagles haven't allowed a single passing touchdown inside the 5. So I am ranking Love a little lower this week. I don't know if there are any Jordan Love questions in fantasies. I've ranked him outside the top 12 for the first time in a few weeks, and there's definitely a few other options I think I'd prefer over him. But Josh Jacobs, top 5 running back this week.
Yeah, and I also took a CMC touchdown. I got that because the Rams are allowing a high rate on the goal line for the passes.
Yeah.
And Christian McCaffrey leads the team in red zone targets. So, bam. CMC. Thank you, Kyle.
And you have anytime touchdown, right? So if he runs one in too, that counts. And he is the double. You could do either, even if it's maybe not the best matchup goal line guide wise. He's such a good runner that he can still score.
Okay, so tell me who's in this bet so I can make it, and then
I bet touchdowns separately. I don't parlay those.
Oh, okay, you don't parlay those.
Yeah, so
see, I do. I parlay because I'm greedy.
Jamie, would you ever consider like a big parlay and one of them is a touchdown bet, but not like multiple touchdown parlays?
I like to do 3 or 4 touchdowns in a parlay, nothing like 8 because good lord.
I would trust Josh Jacobs, CMC. You got to put Adams in there, right? Because he's averaging 1 per game. Yep. And then I read something in your goal line guide that they allow 80% of the goal line throws.
The 49ers do.
Niners, So
compared to only 50% on the ground. So it's definitely been more profitable to throw against the 49ers inside the goal line or near the goal line.
So you've had bets on Rico Dowdle, Derrick Henry, CMC, Devontae Adams,
and Josh Jacobs. I think I put Diggs and Ibuka in there, but those are plus odds, so I'd probably keep those out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then obviously Jonathan Taylor, but that already happened.
Okay, so real quick, Zach. Actually, my first question is the key one. Got my leagues mixed up. That's the one that he trusts us for. Okay, this one was a tough one. This
EPR,
one was a
right?
tough one.
Yeah.
So, I ended up going Myers on this.
And I went JMO.
I'm leaning Jameson Williams just because one of the things I'm doing is I'm betting against the receivers that were traded at the deadline. Betting against Myers, betting against Shaheed, betting against Mitchell, who's inactive, but like not just like betting against them this week, but also longer term. Like I'm trying to sell Jacoby Myers in Dynasty. That's where I have him.
Yeah.
So that's what's leading me to say Jameson Williams, just because, yeah, and I mean, good passing goal line grade for the Lions. One of the few scores above 100. I think there were only 5 this week, and their passing grade is just above 100, 100.5. Sounds like a radio station. Lions FM. But yeah, again, it's if Myers was still on the Raiders, I might pick him, right? Or if he had been on the Jags the whole season up to this point, but the fact that he's just joined this team this week, it makes it hard for me to trust him in the lineup, I think.
Yes. I am.
They need him. He's going to get targets. I was talking about this on the Fantasy Six Pack live stream. Their top 2 wide receivers and their top 2 tight ends are all out. So Parker Washington, Jacoby Myers. The offense is yours.
Yeah. That's why I'm going Myers. Otherwise, I typically would not.
The volume. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Here's an ugly one. Knox or Bellinger?
Ew.
Knox.
I guess you got to go Knox.
Well, I don't even have Daniel Bellinger ranked, so Dawson Knox.
I
only go to tight end 40, to be fair, in my weekly rankings.
Yeah. I think that is more than fair. I don't know who would need Daniel Bellinger on their weekly rankings, but apparently some of us do. So
Dawson, the weather is really bad in that Bears Giants game, so like especially like lean against Bellinger in that sense.
Yeah. And
the highest passing goal line grade of the week is the Bills passing, or the highest goal line grade of the week is the Bills passing. So, and
Dawson Knox has had 4 straight games of getting at least 1 reception, and he's had at least 15 yards on those receptions. Every game that he's caught a ball in, he's had at least 15 yards. Daniel Bellinger does have a higher ceiling for yardage, where he has had 2 games where he's caught 3 catches and 4 catches, 52 yards one week, 88 yards one week. But then he's also had 3 games where he hasn't even caught the ball.
I just think that there's not much floor here. No. I'm looking pure upside. I think Dawson Knox has a better chance to score a touchdown than Daniel.
Yes.
So at that point, I'm going Knox. That's really all it. Just who do I think scores the touchdown? Goal line guide. Woo. Because the Giants' passing goal line grade is pretty bad. The average this week for passing attacks is 81.7. They're at 57. So it's the second worst passing goal line grade of the week. The Raiders are the only team that was worse.
Yes. And then actually, I got another Packers bets for you guys. You're going to love this one. So after they lost to the Panthers last week, right, and they lost to the Browns. They lost to the Browns earlier in the season.
Great. Thanks for reminding us.
Yeah, so they're
very made you happy.
Very inconsistent. So I don't think they should be favored in this game. So
I was shocked to see them.
I'm taking the free points. Like I took Eagles plus 1.5, and then I also think you can take the money line.
Well, yeah, if you're this convincing, why even take the spread? Just take the money line straight up. That you profit better off it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I recommend doing that.
Yeah, I can't say I hate it.
Me either. Like I don't understand how the Packers are favored.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. Barkley and AJ Brown were injured, and like we didn't know if they're coming back. And when that line was set, that's the reason. But
they are. And Packers.
I'm just saying.
Packers.
Like, it maybe made sense Sunday night, Monday morning when we didn't know if those guys are playing.
Oh yeah,
for the line to have has it adjusted at all? Like,
good question. I bet this Friday, so I haven't looked.
Yeah,
it should. I would hope that
it's gone down, but right now I'm seeing this is FanDuel to be fair, but the Packers now favored by 1.5 instead of 2.5. It's gone down by a point over the course of the whole week. Like, is there something going on with the Eagles that we don't know about? Like, I would love. Like, again, Vegas and the odds makers, they seem to always know stuff.
No, it's still 1.5 on DraftKings. So
yeah, I agree. There's all that Packers paraphernalia, and then the Packers shirt on Topher's screen. You can see the Packers scarf.
Yep.
There's a Packers head cover. There's a Packers helmet back there.
I've got a cheese head back here. I've got a Devontae Adams. This is so awkward to do. Here we go.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I encourage that behavior.
No, it's okay. I'm not very coordinated in the first place. Thank you. It's Devontae Adams' sign.
Ooh.
Over here is a picture of Curly Lambeau. There's a Green Bay hat up there. I'm trying to think.
That's so much Green Bay stuff, and yet we're saying pick the Eagles.
Yeah, and there's
so no bias.
It's a leaning sign up there, but it's a Green Bay Packers love sign that's in rainbow. Good. And there's a Green Bay Packers deck of cards that's hard to see.
Well, I say no kickers, and the Packers kicker's been injured and not really present, so this also counts as a Packers shirt.
We need the substitute teacher.
Actually, because Harv sick, he filled in pretty well. Now, to be fair, like I've looked at McManus's like finishes. Like, even though he's missed kick, he's actually still finished as a top 12 kicker both the weeks since he's been back. So I do think he's fine. Clearly, he's just dealing with the injury. It does feel like they rushed him back, and they shouldn't have. That's really what the sense I get.
Yeah, you know that all three of Packers losses, all three Packers losses have come down to field goal snafus by McManus.
Well, I mean, because
like other things as well.
Because you'd like the offense to score more than 6 points, right? Like you shouldn't be relying on just the kicker. Like that's
correct. But the kicker kicker snafus have led to all three losses. Yes, the Packers shouldn't be in those situations, but kicking has been.
Here's something: 3 of the 4 CFL playoff games so far have come down. Or sorry, 2 of the 3. So 2 of the 4. So half the CFL playoff games played so far, a game-ending field goal as time expired. Happened in the BC Calgary game last week in the West semifinal. Happened against my Tiger Cats. The Montreal Alouettes won the East final. So like kicking mattered there too. And
yep.
Luck Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. That's such a fun word to say. Saskatchewan. Just like when when they do prohibited in the anything recorded for the NFL use of is prohibited. The guy that used to say it in like the 2000s just said it in such a way that it like became a vocal stim for me that I just be like prohibited. It was so much fun. Deep league PPR. Cooks or Shepard? I think Shepard is your safer play.
Yeah, I would go Shepard on that.
Yeah.
I mean, with Tyler Shuck, I'd argue he's the higher upside play too. So yeah, I think Shepard for sure.
Who? What?
I assume it's not Darius Shepard from the Packers.
Yes. You said
he also hasn't played for the Packers in like 5 years.
Yeah. I didn't understand with Tyler Shuck, he has a higher upside. Cooks?
Well, like Shepard has the higher upside with like I don't see much upside with Brandon Cooks with Tyler Shuck. Like
that makes sense.
You clearly I think Shepard's role means he's going to be the higher floor guy no matter what. But I also think he has higher upside than Brandon Cooks. Just rather trust Baker Mayfield to provide that upside than Tyler Shuck.
Yeah.
But even though Cook's role is like a deep threat and no Shaheed means like okay we might increase that role. Still Tyler Shuck. So I don't know if the potential upside will actually be actualized.
Yeah.
I actually said too much.
You're actually okay.
Oh, yay. Thanks.
Okay. Questions. We got 10 more minutes right here. Is Algier becoming a better start than Bijan?
Oh, no. What has happened? For that question to pop up. Uh-oh. Because I've been watching. I have no idea. I can see the Colts are winning late, but Bijan Robinson had because Algier got the touchdown, but Bijan's still severely out carrying him. Algier hasn't seen a target. I mean, to be fair, Robinson's only has 4 receiving yards. Jonathan Taylor, wow, this box score is crazy. Oh wow, Alec Pierce, damn, nice.
I have been an Alec Pierce stan since the preseason. I've been all about him. Last year, he had the quietest 700-yard, 7 touchdown season that I've ever heard of. And I was like, this guy's just going to continue to do it because they're getting with Tyler Warren, they're getting that another across the seams guy with Josh Downs. And Pierce is just going to get 2 or 3 receptions a game, but he's going to make those big plays happen. Just insane.
Yeah, it's funny because I was all on Pierce this week. I talked about him on Tuesday's Going for 2 show. I talked to him on my Wednesday show and last night's stream. I was telling people to start him because they're worried because Falcons are good against wide receivers, right? but the Falcons also play the most single high coverage in the league, and Pierce eats against single high coverage. We saw it last week with Pittsburgh. They play that a lot too. And he had like 115 yards.
No, Zach, I have a pretty heavy parlay that relies on, I think, Michael. Nope, I didn't put him in that parlay. Thank goodness.
I'm looking at one of my most important
I didn't put
leagues.
Michael Pittman in any of my parlays this week. Thank goodness. Because
I ranked Pittman as wide receiver 10. Yeah, wide receiver 10.
Yeah, he's my wide receiver.
A couple leagues where I've got him and started. To me, he's like an every week starter. So yeah, you're not the only one. I hope I can make up for it. I mean, thankfully, there's not other players playing that hopefully we can make up for it too. But it doesn't really matter what time it happens. It still sucks. One catch, I think I saw.
Yeah, one catch for 9 yards. Yep, living the dream right there, y'all. That's what you want. And Tyler Warren, 6 yards for 66, 6 receptions for 66 yards, 666.
I guess the people with Pittman can take solace in the fact that he outscored Josh Downs, or he is outscoring Josh Downs.
Yeah. I'm
never going to rank Tyler Algier ahead of Bijan Robinson in games where
he's
playing, but this is just a part of Algier. I mean, I had Algier ranked pretty high, like he was almost RB33, so help me in the rankings this week. So
Bijan Robinson, I need him. He has had 3 receptions in every single one of his games for all season.
One more catch.
This will bust in it my biggest parlay of the week if he does not. Oh,
So
my
what,
gut
hey,
is in.
speaking
My guts
of
are in
bets, what do you guys think of this one? I bet Trevor Lawrence over 14.5 rushing.
Pass rush, maybe he needs to escape. Yeah,
because I looked at it. He hit that in 3 of his last 5, and now without his top receiver options, I think he's going to need to use his legs more.
That's fair. Yeah.
And it's 14.5. I thought that was pretty low.
Small amounts like that. One big run where he breaks off for a first down, you might get that almost all in that carry. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we still got some of you watching, which is great, but we still do need some questions. So
how about this one? I got these back to back, both of my top 10. Hurts or Stafford? Because I'm already starting Dart. There's no way I'm going to sit Dart because I have top 5.
I kind of feel like Hurts is also a guy I feel like you can't sit, but Stafford's been so productive. I would go with the 2 rushers and Dart and Hurts personally.
That's who I got in, so I'll keep it.
Well, let me look because
I am playing Stafford everywhere I have him, but it's not over guys like Dart and Hurts. It's like over guys like Jordan Love and Jared Goff.
Yeah. I mean, hold on. Stafford in his last 4 out of 5 games has eclipsed 34, and I'm looking in one of my leagues, so maybe it's different scoring, but 34 points.
I think even in like conventional scoring, games. I remember looking at Topher, and it was like 27 points minimum. So
yeah, and then Hurts over the past 5 weeks has only eclipsed that twice. It has been the past 2 weeks that he's played, and the touchdowns definitely are carrying, and I think that both teams probably score a lot this week. But also, Hurts has had 1 rushing touchdown in the last 5 weeks. He's only had 1 game with more than 25 rushing yards in the past 5 weeks. He's even had 3, 13, and -10 in his last 3 out of 4. So his rushing upside is not all there. I lean Stafford here, and I don't like to say it. I think you just got to go with the guy that you feel most comfortable with. I feel Stafford is my most comfortable. So, because they're neck and neck. I think either one is going to produce really well. One of them's going to outscore the other, but probably only by like 5 or 6 points. That's my thought. Going with Myers. Don't let me down, man. Hey, you have to tell that to Jacoby because I'm not the one that's playing.
Don't send the telegram to Vegas. He's now in Jacksonville.
Yes. Telegram. Damn. Is that how far behind you guys are in Canada? Small talk sports 11. Debo or Kyle Manungai.
This is
0.5.
our buddy Raul.
Hi, Raul.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Debo. I got him top 24, and with Moaning Guy splitting, I can't trust it.
And that's the thing. Like I was answering so many Kyle Manungai questions on Fantasy Six Pack this morning, or Swift questions too. And I think for both of them, I think they're now hurt by the presence of each other without knowing what the split's going to be like. Debo's actually had some good games with Mariota. He doesn't seem as nearly as affected as say like Zach Ertz is, who's just been atrocious with Mariota. So I think Debo can still manage with Mariota at quarterback, especially without Terry McLaurin. He's going to still be viewed as the main target, the number one target, really for the whole team, like the number one weapon.
Yeah,
I don't think they can trust the run game against the Lions. So yeah, I agree. Debo Samuel.
Yep, I'm with you there. Good. Boom. Do either of you have any questions that we should be asking or looking into?
My buddy Akili and I have had a tough one. We have these 4 receivers that we're basically going to have to decide every week between 2 of them, start 2 and bench 2. Jordan Addison, Zay Flowers, Tedero McMillan, and Wandale Robinson. I actually can share the screen. I've got it on my start-sit spreadsheet if you guys want the visuals.
Yes, I am definitely a visual guy, so that will be great.
I see.
So do I. When I open my eyes, when they're closed, though, it's all dark.
All right, so these 4. Can we see everything good?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You need to start 2 of them. You said.
Yeah, and as you can see, we've already kind of indicated we really like Zay Flowers.
Oh yeah.
And then deciding between Jordan Addison, Tedero McMillan, and Wandale Robinson for that final slot.
I'm leading Addison. Let me pull this up about the Saints because the Saints have kind of had some sneaky good performances against wide receivers. So
here it has them as like of the 3, the worst matchup. They allow here it's the 17th most fantasy points.
Yeah.
To the position.
So yeah. Let's see. The Saints have, unless if it's a big name guy. Last time that when they played, I don't know. I'm lying about big name guys. Never mind.
So
I was thinking,
the point though, they are in terms of points allowed to wide receivers, the Saints do look like the toughest matchup of these 4, including the Vikings as well. So,
and besides last week to Puka Nacua, they have not allowed a receiver to have more than 5 receptions all season. So it does. Besides Puka, every other receiver has had 5, 4, 3, or 2 receptions on kind of the top performers of the week. So they do limit upside. They do limit reception upside, and I think Wandale or Tedero doesn't get a whole lot of receptions anyway. So,
and it's all here about we look at the matchups, saying that the Bears allow in this scoring setting. This is half PPR, I believe. The 3rd most fantasy points to receivers. The Bears allow. The Ravens are the 4th most. The Vikings are the 8th most. So the Saints do seem like the tougher matchup.
Yes. I lean Jordan Addison. I think his talent is tremendous. I had to go.
Morning guy.
So I do have Jordan Addison ranked the highest, and that was what we were leaning. Well, I guess the one concern, this worst performance, which is still better than anyone else's floor performance, 7.4. That was last week with McCarthy. The only game Addison has played with McCarthy. So
correct.
That's why I have his average adjusted. It's not his full average. I took his average plus last week and made an average out of that, which ends up being lower than the others when it comes to, that's why I put the asterisk to know that that's an adjusted average as well. Because, okay, I don't know that we can take all the Carson Wentz games. They count, but I don't know that we fully count them like we normally would. So I'm not, and that's because I guess otherwise, if I was considering all those games the same, it'd be easily Addison. I think this is what opens the door, I suppose, for others.
Yeah. So I actually had Addison and Dobbs and McMillan I have them in a guillotine league, and I asked Jamie, and Jamie said keep Tedero on the bench. in a guillotine with Addison and Romeo Dobbs. So I think I'm going to lean Addison here as well. Plus, Tetaroa over his last 3 out of 4 weeks has not eclipsed 50 yards.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he ended up top 10, but I'm not betting on it.
Yes, I agree. Okay, well, we have hit that hour mark. Thank you so much to all of you that have listened, that have asked questions, that have been here for our buffoonery. We appreciate it. We have a lot of fun on this show, and we only get to have fun when people are asking questions. So thank you. Kyle.
I'm not a bassoonist, but I am a buffoonist. So
Do you know what the original name of a bassoon was? The fagot.
Okay.
I cannot say the word that it resembles. Yeah. I can because it's my community, but I can't on a live stream.
You can. We definitely can't unless we're talking about cigarettes.
Yes.
And I don't smoke cigarettes, so I can't talk about it.
But yes, so when I was in college, I read that as it was like boom, and it put like in parentheses what the pronunciation was. But we're like, oh yeah, this is exactly what
this is why they call it a bassoon.
Yep, because it's a giant piece of wood.
Right? It's 2 pieces of wood at the mouth too, right?
Yeah. Yes, it's a double reed. Yep. So you blow into a double reed into this giant piece of open hollow wood. Yep. Very classy. So that's what I have. That's my music history. The factoid of the day. Awesome. Anything else?
We'll talk about Claude Debussy and modern music.
Or as Family Guy pronounces it, Debussy. Wow,
I'm surprised I actually used Debussy on a Family Guy episode.
Or as we said in college as well.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure in French it would be Debussy. So
yeah, Debussy.
So this really is, as a francophone, I should actually pronounce it that way.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Boom. Awesome. So we've gone over French. We've gone over bassoons. We've gone over wood. And we've
also
gone over
questions. So.
And your fantasy. That's exactly what I was going to say. And Jamie has been in his own little la la land for the past 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Jamie, you want to sign us off, buddy?
Yes. Make sure you go win because no one likes a loser.
Boom. Deuces.